Hi everyone! Today's video is about 10 out of 10 designer fragrances. Last week I filmed my 10 out of 10 niche fragrances and I needed to do this separately because I have a lot of perfumes to talk about. I know not all of you out there are fans of niche fragrances, so I felt the need to do a designer version of that video. So if that sounds interesting to you, then please keep watching the video. So what does it take to be a perfect 10 out of 10 designer fragrance for me? First, they don't smell like a typical designer fragrance combo, which is orange, tuberose, and extremely sweet vanilla. These perfumes don't have that vibe, okay? For me, they are unique on their own and they just smell so good, okay? Second, they are long lasting. Some perfumes that I'm mentioning today even have 8+ hours of longevity and very good projection. I think most of them are around like minimum 6 hours, and there's one that has like 4. To me, they are not watered down, as most of them are kind of like the classics in the designer perfume world. And lastly, they are not extremely expensive. Since they are not new releases, you can find the perfumes that I'm going to mention today at fair prices for sure in your nearest perfume shop or Sephora. So those are my qualifications for today's video. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're new here, my name is Joanna and I do perfume reviews and recommendations. Welcome. Let me start with one of my favorite everyday perfumes, and this is Chloe Nomade ABSOLU Eau de Parfum. This has Mirabelle, oak moss, davana, and sandalwood and musk, I think. And of course, this is by my favorite perfumer, Quentin Bish. This perfume just smells so beautiful and uplifting. What I'm getting from this perfume is that Mirabelle, which is like a yellow plum. I find the yellow plum sweet and more citrusy. That is actually the vibe of this perfume. I feel like Canteen does something in perfumes that is just mesmerizing. And I cannot really pinpoint what is it. But all I can say is that this perfume smells beautiful. It smells uplifting. It smells more fruity. So if you are a fan of fruity perfume, but you don't want that extremely sweet perfume, I highly recommend you trying out this one. This to me doesn't have as well that Chloe DNA that is like a powdery musk. It doesn't have that. Yes, it is musky, but it's not that powdery. It's like just a touch of that. So that fruity vibe plus a little bit of musk and sandalwood. Really good. Amazing longevity as well on this one. Will always recommend Chloe Nomade ABSOLU. Next is YSL Libre Le Parfum. And I think this is the most expensive in today's list because this is something that is kind of new. The price is still a bit high, but not as much as last year, I think. And yeah, I love this. This has orange blossom, mandarin orange, and bergamot in the opening, topped with ginger. I can smell here lavender as well and honey, okay? So this is actually a bit heavy in orange blossom, but it doesn't have that typical orange blossom in designer fragrance. I think it's the ginger and the touch of saffron and honey that made this perfume different. I love this. This is giving me such a boss babe vibe. In my opinion, this can be worn every day. Well, if you are that boss babe kind of gal. This one has a very good longevity and projection. Like, I smell a lot of lip perfume around here, but if they wear Le Parfum, I can easily distinguish that they're wearing the Le Parfum and not the typical lip, because of the ginger and saffron in here. It's just so good. Highly recommend if you want to twist with orange blossom. Like, this is really good. Highly recommend, guys. YSL Libre Le Parfum. Next perfume is Dior Addict. One of my favorites as well. This has mandarin leaf, orange blossom, jasmine sambac, and vanilla. The kind of vanilla that I'm getting from this perfume is green vanilla, which is my favorite kind of vanilla. So it's not that synthetic sweet vanilla that you normally get from a designer perfume. Just the perfect floral and green vanilla combo that I've ever smelled in a designer perfume. This is the longest lasting, I must say, in today's list. So yeah, having said that, amazing longevity and projection is very good as well. I find this perfume very sophisticated and elegant, and it is something I will recommend if you are attending a special occasion like wedding or baptism, like that. Especially now that the weather is changing, a lot of special occasions happening. So if you are looking for a good designer fragrance to use in a special occasion, this is your girl. All right, Dior Addict. Next perfume is Mon Guerlain Eau de Parfum Intense. This is heavy in lavender. A lot of citruses and licorice touch. This is so good. It has jasmine sambac as well. I'm not really a fan of white florals, but if there is a white floral note that I am liking a lot, it's jasmine. I noticed that a lot of the perfumes that I love, actually, they're not very heavy in florals, but if they have a floral note, it is jasmine. Yeah. Anyway, this one has jasmine, so I'm getting a lot of that. I never thought that I will love a lavender fragrance until I've tried this one. I think this is such a classic perfume and even like a must for a perfume collector. I get a lot of compliments when I wear this. I feel like this is a very classy yet sexy, something that is within, you know, that girl who is classy but doesn't really show off, like Gwyneth Paltrow. Very beautiful feminine scent. I highly recommend this if you are looking for a classy, sexy, and elegant scent. Mon Guerlain EDP Intense. Our next perfume is Olympéa. Of course, this has to be here, right? This is such a sweet and fresh oriental perfume. I love it. First, I'm getting a lot of that jasmine note and salted vanilla. It's like jasmine flowers floating in the sea. That is the vibe of this perfume, and I love it. Every time I smell this perfume, I'm reminded of European summer. I'm gonna say like European summer in the coast of the Mediterranean Sea. This is the vibe. I know this can be used all year round, but I tend to use this during the summertime. I love this one. This one is very feminine. It has an amazing longevity and projection as well. I highly recommend you trying this if you haven't already. Olympéa by PACO Rabanne. Next perfume is an oldie but a goodie, Dolce and Gabbana, The One. So I actually have the gold limited edition, but I'm gonna pop in the screen the kind of bottle that you will get now in stores, because this kind of bottle you won't be able to find anymore. This brings so much memories. I remember when everyone was wearing Alien, I was wearing this. This is such a fruity, ambery and musky perfume. I get a lot of peach, lychee, mandarin orange, lot of plum, jasmine, again, vanilla, amber, and musk. I love this DNA. I remember this perfume when I just started my career as a flight attendant. This used to be my signature scent, very classy and sultry. Like there's something about it that is just hypnotizing. I don't know how to explain it. Like I imagine a beautiful brunette wearing this perfume. I love it. Up to this day, I finished a bottle of this, so this is like my second bottle, and I will never let go of this one. I highly recommend you trying this out if you haven't already, because I know that not a lot of people talk about this perfume nowadays. Yeah, so that is Dolce and Gabbana, The One. Next perfume is for my sandalwood lovers. This is the Zadig and Voltaire. This is her. Oh my god. This to me is the most lactonic perfume that I have ever tried in the designer's world. It smells like warm milk with vanilla whipped cream topped off with crushed chestnut. This is so creamy and cozy. Now I'm transported to the fall season. If you love lactonic and creamy sandalwood, this is for you. I highly recommend you this one because, come on, nowadays this is very affordable and this still never fails. Very long lasting perfume as well, and definitely projects. If you are familiar with perfume milk by Commodity, they're kind of the same. Love this perfume. I will always recommend it. This is her, your creamy and lactonic sandalwood. Next perfume is Chanel Coco Noir. Of course, there should be a Chanel, right? I prefer this amongst all the other Coco Chanel perfume, yes, including the Mademoiselle, because to me, this is darker and richer. It has that patchouli trademark of Chanel with a lot of citruses and jasmine. The dry down is that floral, patchouli, musk, and benzoin. It's such a warm and spicy perfume. This is like for someone who is just always classy and has that boss babe vibe. So I mentioned about Libre Intense that this gives off that boss babe vibe. However, this girl is a boss babe who is always trying different kind of fashion, you know? While this girl is that kind of boss babe that is just always in classic fashion. Yeah, that's the difference between these two. Yeah, so it's up to you. Who are you? For me, sometimes I am the classy boss babe and sometimes I'm that quirky boss babe. I love this perfume. I find this richer and darker and less sweet than Coco Mademoiselle. Will always recommend Chanel Coco Noir. Next perfume is, of course, it has to be here, Narciso Rodriguez Musk Noir Rose. What is this? Of course, that famous Narciso Rodriguez sensual musk topped off with rose and plum and pink pepper. I love this, and I know that a lot of you love this perfume as well. And I agree. There's just something with this perfume. To me, this is not just beautiful, like stunning is not the word. I think the word is gorgeous. This perfume is for that gorgeous lady. If you find the Narciso Rodriguez musk too much for you, you should try this one if you haven't already, because I think the plum in here and the pink pepper and rose balance out that too warm musk of Narciso Rodriguez. I adore this perfume. Highly recommend for date nights. This can be a signature scent as well. Regarding longevity and projection though, I must say that this is not the best compared to the other perfumes that I'm mentioning today. This, I must say, has around 4 to 6 hours longevity, but you know, still very good. Highly recommend you trying this one out, Narciso Rodriguez Musk Noir Rose. And last but not the least, my favorite designer fragrance, Angel Muse. This is another creation of my favorite perfumer, Quentin Bish. So having said that, there is something mesmerizing about this perfume. However, this doesn't have lychee, peach, or akigalwood. This is heavy in patchouli instead. And what I get is that chocolatey patchouli. I think because this has a note of hazelnut cocoa spread as well. Pink pepper and grapefruit note in this perfume made it just so fun. I love this. I normally call this as like Joanna in a bottle because she's fun and free, yet she's elegant. Okay, heard that they discontinued this, so if you can grab this one, just buy it, especially if you love gourmand, but not that in-your-face gourmand, because this one is just perfect. My kind of gourmand, like chocolatey, but still like, you know, just mesmerizing. And also, I'm not a fan of patchouli, and this perfume is heavy in patchouli. However, I love it. There's something about this. I will always recommend this. I use this during the winter time, and I have the EDT for the summertime. So that's how much I love this one. Angel Muse by Mugler. So that is the video for today, guys. These perfumes are 10 out of 10 for me. I want to know if you've tried them, if you agree, disagree, what are your 10 out of 10 designer fragrances? Please write me down in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, you know the drill. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. And see you on my next one. Bye.